Hey, thanks for jumping into Leanne on Demand today. I'm going to share a bit of behind the scenes of the Red Carpet Campout, which is a retreat I'm hosting with Steve Medio. We're co-hosting it in the outdoors at this luxury glamp site about 90 minutes west of Brisbane. The final tents remain. If you want more details, just send me an email, hello@leannehughes.com, or contact me on the socials. But the reason I'm talking about it today is because we had our opening ceremony call this week. And this is the first chance we got to introduce campers to each other. And what I loved about it immediately was that everyone decided like sharing and talking, and there was a lot of fun humor on the call. And we just got a really great group of people who are actually really quite different and do different things. Some are complementary, but I think we're all driven by just having this time to, like, without signal. And so a bit kind of warier on that in terms of there's no phone signal. We do have one of our conference tent does have Wi-Fi, but yeah, even just to have an experience where we are off the grid for a couple of days is going to be incredible. So I'm just going to share what we did for the opening ceremony. So the reason I did this was because, again, wanted to introduce everyone to each other. I know each individual that's coming along pretty well. I mean, because the biggest thing, I guess, is the uncertainty, like who everyone else is. So we thought we'd have it like a check-in call. It was only 30 minutes. Everyone arrived bang on time. And so we kicked off. Something that I did to start it is that I went into this tool called Sora, which is part of ChatGPT. So if you pay the $20 US a month and have ChatGPT Pro, you get complimentary access to Sora. And Sora is a tool where you can like type in a prompt and it turns your prompt into a video. So I asked it to I prompted it and said, we've got consultants hanging around a campfire. It's an opening ceremony. There's red tape. There's a flip chart there. Can you create that? And they're drinking, I think, some red wine. And so I got that video, then I actually cut it in iMovie and created this movie trailer for the show. And at the end, the credits include all of our names on it. So that was like a 30-second clip just to set the scene. The other thing I did was I created a vibe of the Red Carpet Campout sliding scale. Now, I got this idea because one of the campers, Jason Knight, who's coming along, he did my rebrand last year. And as part of the rebranding process, we had a scale of different items and I had to pick, like, was I approachable versus authoritative? And I really over-indexed on approachable. So I did the sliding scale for the campout. So we had structured versus spontaneous. It's more on the structured side. Curated versus off the cuff, more on the off the cuff side. So what that meant was it's not going to be like we're going to rock up and I'm just going to wing the whole thing. Steve and I have structured specific times and moments, but within that, in terms of like some of the workshops and hot seats that I'm hosting, there's going to be off the cuff, of course. I'm not going to prescribe it. It's not a lecture. It's dialogue and insight too. I'm not going to read through everything I had on that scale, but I did sort of do things like luxury versus survival mode, monologue versus dialogue, relaxation versus high energy. This is more on the relaxation side of things. Fireside chats versus dance floor moves. It's not all the way on fireside chats because one of my friends, Micah, is coming along. She loves dancing. One of the jokes that we were talking about is like just safely dancing around a campfire. Then quiet and contemplative versus loud and lively. It's bang in the middle there because there'll be opportunities for both during the sesh. And then what I asked everyone to do was to share basically, we did like a popcorn round check-in and I asked them two questions. Well, one thing I did 24 hours beforehand was said, hey, throw this prompt into ChatGPT and come along with your response on the call. So the prompt I asked them to put into AI was, imagine you're the producer of a TV series. You're sending 8 people to the Red Carpet Campout, a luxury 2 nights away for dynamic consultants. Knowing what you know about me, what would you say I'm most likely to do? Keep it light and please reply in one sentence. For example, Leanne is most likely to. So my response was, Leanne is most likely to turn the Red Carpet Campout into a luxury networking event while making sure there's always a perfect selfie backdrop. And so we got everyone to share theirs, which is kind of fun, and then also to share what are they most looking forward to as part of that. Then Steve is from Mind and Body Travel. I'll link to them in the show notes. He's organised all the logistics for this, including he's doing all the liaising with Spices, which has been incredible. Steve is so passionate about facilitating in the outdoors and just the whole premise around this experience is to take it outside. So he just ran over a high level thing. I guess some key notes were just all like the amazing food we've got. So Monday we arrive at 1:00. At 5:00 both days, we're going to have fireside snacks. So cheese platter, charcuterie, drinks by the fireplace, 6 p.m., 6:30 dinner, dessert, marshmallows by the fire as well. On the second day, we wake up to coffee, and then we've got a guided nature walk on the property, which will be incredible. Come back, and there's going to be like a hot breakfast served for us. Then we're going to have a couple of hours to, obviously get ready. And then I'm going to be hosting 2 by 2 hour sessions on specific things. So facilitating. We've got share style lunch, again, then followed by the fireside cheese platter and drinks and everything else. And then on the third day, more breakfast. That'll be the day where I really want to consolidate, like, what are you going to do post this event? I guess in the 30 minutes, it was tight in terms of we had everyone share. I started off with more about the experience. Steve followed up with logistics. So you got to have both on these opening ceremony type of calls. But I just wanted to share some of the tools we used and ideas to make this event. And like I said, if any of this resonates with you, if you're a founder and you want to hang out with some pretty kick-ass individuals, then reach out. I'm more than happy to fill you in and give you some more details on that. Thanks so much, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.